You know, when I grew up, there were people who claimed to see Jesus in a tomato. There were people who claimed to see the Virgin Mary in mold. I remember that if you actually Google it, you can see Jesus Christ in a dog's asshole. Like, that is a famous internet picture, went viral. Kind of looks like it, but it's just the dog's ass. But nowadays, people are more enlightened. We have moved past religion. So when we see things, we don't see religious things. We see problematic things. Usually dog whistle. Like, a cat can fart, and a leftist will hear that as a far-right dog whistle. So it's very rare that you have a right-wing person seeing dog whistles. In this particular event, we have the holy publication, the most prestigious authoritative source on the internet, the New York Times, which is accused of displaying a swastika visage. Now, as you look here, you can notice what appears to be the highly problematic word puzzle. So, the question of the puzzle is this swastika done on purpose, or is someone seeing Jesus Christ into the dog's asshole? I personally like to think that there is a troll at the New York Times, that there is a mischievous individual, a kindred spirit, if you will, like someone who wanted to upset people to spot a little bit of controversy, maybe get more eyeballs on the New York Times, get more people subscribed, right? Because everyone talks about it. Hey, bad publicity is good publicity. So he did this on the first day of the Hanukkah, because that's a little bit too coincidental. It's a little bit too much. I guess if I squint my eyes and tilt my head a little, I can see it. Right, but what's also interesting is that when our society is confronted with the difficult questions, who can answer those questions? Can you answer it? No, you're too stupid. You're an imbecile. No, you need the experts. Okay? Like, you need the authoritative individuals. And in this case, they went to the university. So look at this. A university which is called Safe Connie. I'm not kidding. Look. I'm not, like, okay? The City University of New York. Look, if you have like an abbreviation like this, maybe that's problematic. Like, maybe it's more problematic than this, I would say. You know, if your university is spelled Connie, why not call it the New York Times? Why not call it the New York City University? So that it's NICU. Why would you put Safe Connie? Come on! Come on, experts! You enlightened people, you. So anyway, this is a coalition, the City University, like the scholars, and they all got together, okay? Like the most important people on planet Earth. Like, without these people, society collapses. They got together and they were saying, oh yes, this pretty much sums up the New York Times for the past few years in regards to Jews in Israel. Oh my fucking god. Like, can you imagine? Like, they had to summon all the experts. They were brainstorming so hard there in order to make a comment on this. So apparently, astute viewers were quick to point out the silhouette, which bore an uncanny resemblance to the Swatztika, which I have to call a Buddhist symbol, because I don't fucking know what YouTube and their algorithm and their bots like to think. Like, technically it's okay to show it, but I don't know. Like, I don't want to waste the time of a YouTube moderator. They probably have more important things than look at my channel and what I'm displaying. Disgusting. Only the New York Times would get the Chanukah going with this crossroad puzzle. Fumed Donald Trump Jr. on Twitter. Imagine what they would do to someone who did this and was not ideologically aligned to them. Yeah, you know what? Like, that is true. This is why I'm not upset that right-wingers are pearl clutching at this. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, it would have been 10 times worse. I mean, why is it that when the left does it, we assume that, no, they would never. They would never. No, this is like, okay, this is the standard, right? Like, the standard that you set. If it looks offensive, then it must be offensive. It must be done on purpose. Like, So anyway, the folks criticized the crossword that that aghast, like, Do you understand what's happening here? Like, someone opened the newspaper, they saw this, they were aghast. Holy shit, you know, like, I'm aghast when I see the gas prices. I'm aghast when I see the inflation. But someone opened the newspaper to this and they're, I want to have a cushy life like that person. Like, I want to live in a world where this is something that would aghast me, because then I would know I have a happy life. Like, everything else needs to be perfect, to the point where this is the thing that aghasts me. If the swastika is unintentional, you'd think an editor along the way would have caught it. And on the first day of Hanukkah, nonetheless. Yeah, absolutely. No, they should be, how does the left say it? Hold on, they have an expression. Held accountable. My fucking God, I'm getting enlightened by the day, aren't I? Held accountable for this atrocity, which has aghast many Twitter users. I'm speaking like a journalist now. Hashtag concerned. Oh. Apparently, some critics accuse the newspaper of subliminal messaging. Yes, subliminal this is how the Nazis spread their ideology. I mean, this is how Hitler started, you know? Crossroads puzzles. It is known, Khaleesi. Like, the power of subliminal messaging is very strong. Not algorithm manipulation on social media. No, like, that's fine. Subliminal messaging. Today's crossword puzzle from the New York Times for Hanukkah wrote Safe Kani, a coalition of City University of New York scholars and students dedicated to the Zionist movement, pretty much sums up the New York Times for the past few years in regards to Jews in Israel. I don't read the fucking New York Times, I swear to God. I don't know what their opinions are on Jewish people or Israel. I assume it's an American publication. It must be favorable, isn't it? Like, is there anyone who reads the New York Times? There must be someone. Come on. Meanwhile, the Jewish media conglomerate, Israel, do you understand just what a big thing this was? Like, all these conglomerates and all these activists, like, they literally had nothing better to, like, nothing on their, I would like to think that they had something on their hands. They had something very important on their hands, but this was more important. Like, the red phone, right? Ring, 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 ring. Did you see what the New York Times wrote? Like, no, we are aghast. Aghast. I love that word. I need to use it more. The Daily Mail reported that the piece warned that Benjamin Netanyahu government, holy shit, Netanyahu's government. He was probably, you know, talking about foreign policy with Saudi Arabia, the Palestinian situation, like all these things, and it's like, Prime Minister, there is an important matter for you to attend. You know, like, he was in a meeting, and there's like this guy coming with the newspaper, and it's like, this is how I imagine. My fucking God. I mean, look, if everyone has an opinion, you gotta have an opinion too, right? I mean, so apparently this was published following that they deemed an anti-Semitic op-ed at the Times. Yes, absolutely. They should be held accountable. Netanyahu government, however, is a significant threat to the piece. Warned that Benjamin Netanyahu government is a significant threat to the future of Israel, its direction. I mean, look, no good crisis has to go to waste. I mean, if you're already in front of the cameras talking about the visage, might as well say something about Netanyahu, right? They also posted a poll asking readers of the puzzle's design was intentional Nazi imagery or unfortunate coincidence. See, 85% seem to be deliberate. 85% are like, fuck the New York Times. The thing that I don't understand, it's like, if you're going to be anti-Semitic, why not do it proper? Why not going all the way? Like, look at the Middle East and their newspapers. You know, like, that's how you do it. But what is this? This is child's play. But it is what it is. I like to pretend that this is trolling. Like, I like to think that there is a person at the New York Times who hated his boss, hated the publication, hated the people there, and they were like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Takes a lot of skill to do it, though. Like, because again, it's the visage, right? Like, I wouldn't be able to do something like this. It's like when you, like, if you look. If you blink like this, look at it, and blink like this. Look at it. Look here, and blink like, right? Now you see it. Now, holy shit. Could you do it? I couldn't do it. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.